first-time home buyers only. Um, so Toronto has one and Ontario has one as well. The key part is that when they say first-time home buyers, there's different definitions going around between what the CRA considers first-time home buyers and what the land transfer tax defines as first-time home buyers. So I've listed out here for you, which is for land transfer taxes, you can never have owned a house anywhere in the world ever. That's their definition of a first-time home buyer. Whereas for CRA purposes, if you've never owned a home anywhere in the world in the past 4 years, then you're considered a first-time home buyer. So I think that's a very important distinction to know. And even though they use literally the same terminology, they don't mean the same thing. The last point on this I'm going to say is that there is partial refunds that are available if your spouse is like a non-resident, but these are special circumstances. And the refund is going to be based on your relative percentage for that rebate, the 4,000 in Ontario and the 4,500 in Toronto. The next tax in real estate transactions is HST on the purchase of your property. Most people don't know this, but the price that you actually see when you go to a builder and buying a property, that's already including the HST in the price. So 13% of the tax is really like on top of the price that you see. And it's for key parts that it's got to be new or substantially renovated property. And there is a rebate available again for the HST. You can get up to $24,000 of the PSD back in Ontario if it's your principal residence or if it's meant to be as an investment property, but that you're going to be renting it out for at least 12 months. The key part is that, and again, this is the distinction part. If it's your principal residence, builders have already included it in everything. So that's kind of like the price that you see is the price that you're going to get with the rebate included. But if you're an investor, they actually will add 24,000 to the price that you see because you have to pay for the tax up front and then ask for the rebate later. And you get that with like filing a rebate to the CRA. So if you looked at the compliance that we looked at the beginning, the rebate is one of the key areas of focus. So this rebate that you do, because you're asking the government for money back, they're always a lot more hesitant and want to see a lot more details when it comes to that. I'll briefly talk about GST. There is a $6,000 GST rebate available for properties less than 350,000, but it reduces to zero for properties above 450,000. So, and these numbers have not changed since they were introduced. So as a result, like the GST component doesn't really become a significant consideration if you're in Toronto or Ottawa. But that's something to consider. Next, I'll talk about the non-resident speculation tax. And I'll just say that the government really likes to put a lot of extra taxes on popular things that they think will give them votes. This one, I'd say, would be one of them. Initially, when this was created or dreamed up, it was just for the Greater Horseshoe area, which is basically Greater Toronto